50 to 60% it's all IPAS. I will not know anything about the NCLEX and about the processing stuff without IPAS. I was a lost girl. It's like I just asked them to, can you please call me at this time, because I'm more on like I need to know the answers directly through call because I can express more. So also that one, they called me when I told them to call. They answered all my questions, my queries, because I was really hesitant to like enroll because I think it was still too early for me to enroll like that. But then they helped me la. It's okay because you can just access the Moodle account until for a year until you pass like that. So that helped me as well. Thank you very, very much for that. And the the Moodle account of iPass as well, it's very organized. That's all I can really say. And it's really good if like you're always distracted. At least you have like a guide to have it. And the drills are also good. So yeah, I think iPass is without iPass, I keep saying this, without iPass I will not pass the NCLEX exam.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to iPass Online Review and Mentoring Academy. My name is John, and I'll be your host for tonight. Here at Hope Talk, we invite successful iPass Online Review candidates in the NCLEX to share their wonderful stories and learnings from their journey in achieving the goals of becoming registered nurses in the USA, Canada, and Australia. Join us as we delve into her inspiring journey, learning valuable lessons and drawing inspiration from her resilience and determination. And with that, I would like to introduce to you our newest NGN passer, Miss Rachel Ann Iko, Australian RN.
Hello. Good evening everyone. Good evening Sir John.
Hi, good evening. How does it feel po that you have already conquered the NCLEX?
At first, I really didn't believe it, but after how many days, people telling me that, I am now relieved and very thankful and grateful for all the blessings that, especially that I passed the NCLEX.
And we are very happy with your achievement, Ma'am Rachel.
Thank you.
And before anything else, we would like to ask you, ma'am, whether you can share us your educational background and your working experiences.
So, I graduated last 2022 sa Bellas College sa Cebu. And then, I immediately studied for the NLE. And then, thankfully, I also passed that year. And then after that, I started working 2023. And then, actually, I was not supposed to take the NCLEX pathway, or I was not expecting to take the NCLEX because I was hoping to get a job sa UK, which didn't really
Mm.
entail to have NCLEX journey, right? But with a lot of like doubts and uncertainties on where should I really go, I decided to take the NCLEX because one of my dream countries is also Australia. So as of the moment is like the they call this the living conditions. For example, the taxes is not that admirable as of the moment. So maybe it's going to be a bit practical for me to try on other countries. So I asked help from my friends because I wanted to try Australia, and then they mentioned iPass. So that's why I tried to contact you guys, and then you were very, what do you call this? You respond quickly to my queries, and as someone who didn't really have any background about NCLEX and about the processing stuff, it really helped me because I was not confident at all that I would be able to do it like that. And then iPass offered their review center for NCLEX, and for someone who didn't have any background on what should I go, where should I go, I decided to take iPass because when I saw your, what you call this, the calendar, you have this calendar for every cycle, and I liked it because it's very organized. And for someone like me, I was actually very busy that time. I was working as an OR nurse, and I also have another job because let's face it, the salary of a nurse in the Philippines does not really, pay the bills that much. So I was working two jobs, and then I enrolled during the 11th cycle. But I said,
Mm.
I want to start sa very first cycle so that I could really get to know and get to experience it together with the rest of my cycle mates, like that. So I waited for the 12th cycle, and when the 12th cycle started, I tried to religiously attend the live classes. But unfortunately, I was not able to do so because, again, I have two jobs. I really thought it would be that easy that, I'll just attend it like that. But no, it's not, because while I'm listening to it, I have other factors as well. Number one is exhaustion from my work and my two job life. And then I also have other factors such as environmental factors, very noisy sometimes, very hot, like that. So I tried watching recorded videos, but still following the topics from the calendar that you guys have, so that I can still be together with my cycle mates. And then after watching the recorded videos, that's where I found my comfort. Okay, so that's where I found like, okay, this works for me, the recorded videos, because if I can't like understand, I can just rewind and just learn it again so that I can understand more. I can also make the video faster because, again, time is not my friend during the time because I was very busy. So I sometimes make the video like 2 times faster, 1.5 times faster, so that I could catch up. But it wasn't that easy because the 12 cycle was like November, December. Basta during that time, it was my birthday, Christmas, New Year. So, oh my God, I was very behind already with all the recordings. I was like, I need to finish 2 topics today so that I can catch up, like that, like that. And then January happened. Also, a lot of stuff happened. And my date was March. Last date was March. So it was already the end of January, and I'm still not religiously taking the classes. I was like, what am I gonna do with this? And then my leave was only February 21 to March 10. Then my
Mm.
exam is March 6. So, it was really double time, and. And then
Mm-mm.
what I did was I asked help from someone to take over my part-time job as of the moment, because my part-time job was just work from home. So I said, "Can you please help me with this? And then you'll be able to get the pay for the hours that you spent working." That one helped me, and also there were times that I will absent from work so that I can focus on studying, because I needed to focus on NCLEX because I want to take it the first time because it's expensive. Also, I don't want my time to be wasted, and the accommodation sa Manila is expensive, the airplane ticket is expensive. I needed to, like sureball na, like that. So during that time, I didn't really tell because I have friends who passed the NCLEX as well. And they were telling me to, so have you taken the readiness assessment already? Because I was using Archer as a moment as well. I was like, I don't have time to even finish my recording still. Then I also don't have time to take the exams. So I
Mm.
was like, yeah, I already took them. So just so that people won't judge me, because I was really afraid. I know for a fact that I was really behind, but I just really trusted my guts because I know na I'm just gonna do it. So the only time I did readiness assessment was only 2 to 3 times, I guess, during the 2 weeks that I have that my vacation leave, for example, so work. But most of the exams that I took are the ones that are timed, and you get the answer right away after you answer the question. That actually helps as well because you can get a hold of the feel of the exam, because it's not the same as NLE, and you will really be taken aback because, oh my gosh, all the choices are correct. So what are you gonna do, girl? So that's it. I practiced that, the rationale and prioritization. That's really the most important stuff. Prioritization and delegation. You just really need to know who to attend to first, know the prioritized population, for example, pregnant women, older people, and infant kids, and the symptoms that you need to look out for that are very alarming. So, especially if you hear the word like sudden onset of, like that. So that really helped me because iPass taught me that one, the test taking skills. Yes. So that really helped me also. And thankfully, on the day of my exam, I took it sa Armstrong.
Mm.
Here's one fact as well that another risk that I took. So my exam was March 6. And then the flight that I have, because it's the cheapest one, March 5, 11 p.m.
Hmm.
Then my exam was March 6, 9 a.m. So I didn't also tell anyone when will I take the exam, when will I go to Manila, because I
Uh,
know they will really judge me. Like, oh yeah, like I guys, I know. It's just really what I can afford as of the moment. I don't want anyone telling me that, I know, but I'm just going to do this because that's what I know that is also money wise, that's what I can afford, because I'm also bringing my mom with me for support system.
hmm.
Yeah, and also the accommodation and all. And then during the so I arrived at Manila sa Makati around 2 a.m. When I woke up that morning, I was like, Ma, can we just go home? I don't want to take the exam anymore. I was like, let's just go home, ma. It's okay, it's okay. But then my mom was like, huh, we're already here. Let's do it. Like that, like that. And then after that, I chose the accommodation that is just near the testing facility so that I don't have to worry, at least that, at least that.
Mm-mm.
But I chose to walk that morning. And then I got lost a lot of times. But I found my way after a 15-minute walk. And then when I went there, I don't know if it's allowed, but before 9 a.m., I kept going to the CR because I was looking at my notes. Like the notes that I saved or the questions that I saved that I think that are important. I know people would say na March 5, you should not study anymore. You should be relaxed like that. That's what my because there's this anxiety call before you take the exam, right? From iPass because and then that one also helped me, but I lied to I think she was a psychometrician. I lied to her. I said, "Oh,
Ah,
I'm already in Manila, miss. Yes." But I think she can hear the roosters cuckooing in my background. I was like, "It's okay." Because I know Jun, na it's a risk that I'm going to take, and I didn't tell anyone I was going to take it that time already, so that if ever I don't pass, I won't be able to. But during that time, I was like inside the CR and just watching my notes. Okay, okay, because I'm afraid I will. Also during my flight going to Manila, I was just reading my notes really, like, because even though it's stressful, it helps me ease my anxiety because at least I'm doing something. Every
mm-mm.
second counts for me. And also that really works for me, is especially even when I was in college, cramming really helped me. But I'm not saying that you should cram, guys. It's very unhealthy and it's very risky, but that's what helped me, that's what worked for me. And then after that, I took the exam, and then my seatmate like finished already, but my friends told me that it took them 3 hours to finish the exam. And it
Mm-mm.
was I didn't reach 2 hours yet, and I was already number 60 or 50 plus. So I slowed down a bit. It's like maybe I'm doing this wrong,
Mm-mm.
or
The
like,
pacing.
yeah, am I doing it too fast? But I was like, even if I read the questions a lot of times, I don't think my answer will change. Because when I answered the NLE, that's what made me make more mistakes over analyzing the question and changing my answers. Like, I know it's like this, it's like this. So I didn't do that during the exam. I understood the question first, and I went with what I know. Like, I went with what choice I want to answer, and I didn't change it anymore. And it's also good that I can't go back to the previous questions, so that I will, okay, it's already done. I answered it.
Yeah.
Let God do the rest. And then after that, my seatmate already finished. So I was like, maybe it's not really like you finish the exam for 3 hours. Maybe just really depends on you.
Mm. Yeah.
But I still slow down a bit. So 2 hours, like that, 2 hours. Already 84. I was already, I didn't take the break anymore because I want to see okay, if this will shut down. I don't know what will happen. I don't know if I will pass, because it's not a guarantee that you will pass by shutting down at 85. And then my screen shut down at 85. So I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh.
I was afraid because my questions were like out of this world, honestly. Like, but there were some terms that I can't understand. So I just went with my gut and context clues within the sentences. And then yeah, it shut down, but I was still cried after. I went to the CR and I
Mm.
cried because I was really unsure of what will happen. After that, to distract myself from the results, I toured around Manila. So that I could,
Wow.
be relieved from the stress. I deserved it for all the weeks that I studied, all the anxiety that was giving me. And then March 8th, I was still in Manila because I bought a ticket for Ed Sheeran March 9th. It was really all planned.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, if I will pass or if I will not pass, I will still cry at the Ed Sheeran concert. So, you know, at least I have Ed Sheeran to comfort me.
Mhm.
And then March 8th, the morning of March 8th, I received a message from Afra because I'm Australian. So, yeah, and then it said that I passed. I was like, I was really shaking and I won't believe na, oh my gosh, is this it? Like, did I really pass, because, oh my gosh. So that was it. That was my journey for my um, NCLEX journey. Yeah, that was it.
Thank you, Ma'am Rachel, for summarizing what happened with regards to your journey to your NCLEX. See, I mean, I'm very curious, Ma'am Rachel. How did you decide during the time that you want to take the NCLEX? Is it because of peer pressure? Is it because it's your ultimate dream? Is it because your family wants you to take the exam? And how did you know about the NCLEX?
NCLEX wasn't really a part of my plans before.
Mm-hmm.
So when people were talking about NCLEX during the NLE, my classmates were like, you need to take the NCLEX right away so that your memory is still fresh from your NLE lectures and stuff. I didn't really mind it at all because I will not take the NLE because I'll go to UK, stuff like that.
Mm,
I will not take the NCLEX, I mean. But things change, because things life happens. So that's when I said, okay, so I'm just really gonna take it because it's what's needed for my path. It's not that I was peer pressured or stuff. It's just that it's what my mom and my sister thinks that are good, that are best for me as of the moment. And I don't think they will suggest something that is bad for me as well. They were just thinking about my future as well because. And then I already know about the little, like for example, sample questions from NCLEX because of my friend from work, because she was also studying. Because there are times that we're not that busy sa work because I'm an OR nurse. There are times
mm,
na, especially during the holiday season, no cases. She was always studying and then she taught me like, you should practice like at least 15 questions a day so that it will
mhm.
help you like that, like that. I didn't practice that one. I tried 15 to 20. I was like, okay, for this week, 15 to 20. Next week, 30 questions. No, that did not happen. But at least I tried. The perseverance was there. But the time they just did not. And also the mindset. But that's how I found out about NCLEX. And IPAS was guiding me through it because I didn't really know anything about like, so what do I need to do to be able to take it? How long will be the process? Like that, like that. Because for Australia, I got my eligibility letter, like it's just fast. Not like my friend who is aiming for the US, like that. And then, yeah, at first I was so overwhelmed because, it's a lot to take in, especially when it's like almost a month, I know, almost a year from the time I studied for NLE. And then it's good that the Moodle account of iPass, that one really helped me because it's so organized. And that's what I like because I'm very ADHD, like from moment here and then, you know, at least sa Moodle, there is this like every topic has a folder and the titles for the folder is the same with the calendar that they have. So I
Wow.
have something to follow. Yeah. I just take it off like, okay, I look at how many hours does this lecture have. And then there are times that I can just fast forward because again, I didn't attend the live classes. I can just fast forward it. There are also times na during the classes there's pre exam or pre test. And so I
Pretest,
just
yeah.
I just skip that part because what really helped me is people will say no na you need to take the questions the first. But what really helped me man is the concepts from IPAS really. Like I need to understand every concept for me to be able to understand the question so that I can, for example, neuro, cardio, I
Mm,
really prioritize those ones because if I didn't have any background on those, especially ECG, I don't think I'll be able to pass the NCLEX. And Mr. J, I liked how he held his lectures because I know that he knows a lot, and he's trying his best to share it to everyone, and trying to say it in simple terms so that we could understand. And
Yeah.
I really appreciate it because I know he's smart, but he's doing his best to simplify it for us, you know. And he's also doing illustrations so that we can, it's not easy, right? It's not easy, but he did it, and I was able to understand. I also liked how he, every time there's this student who messages during the class, he says, "Hey, good day, sir. I've just passed my NCLEX today." And he's always very
Ah,
thankful. Yeah, he's always very thankful, which really humbled me. Like, wow, they're so amazing. Even though how big their institution or their organization is, they're still very grateful and very down to earth and very humble. And which really humbled me as well. Now, you know, we should always learn to be thankful, even with a lot of stuff that is going on, and always pray. That also helps as well.
thank
Yeah.
you for sharing, Miss Rachel. And with that, I would like to ask, how many months did you prepare for this exam?
I enrolled November, but I didn't start during the 11th cycle yet. I
Mm.
started at the start of the 12th cycle. And I don't know what day it started. I think it was also November, but I was not able, honestly, I was really not able to properly study during December and January because I can still remember January 29. I still went to the beach like that. I was like for last stress reliever like that. And then February, that's when I really started to, you know, keep my stuff together. I need to like, girl, you really need to be serious na because this is not a joke anymore. It's already, your test is on March. What are you gonna do? So like that. I can safely say I think 1 to 2 months, but really it was just safely say 1 to 2 months.
That's nice to know, Ma'am Rachel. At least we have something to advise our classmates who will be taking their NCLEX very soon. Some of them, it really depends on the situation.
Yeah.
If you are working, it's really advisable for us to at least study within 5 to 6 months of preparation. But for some who are not working, 3 to 4 months is enough for you to pass the exam. And I understand during the time from no, from the time that you have signed up for your online review last November 2023 and you managed to study around January 2024 and your exam is like 3 months ahead. Am I correct?
Yeah.
And what are the study materials did you find most effective in preparing for the NCLEX?
I really am thankful for, there's this handbook from iPass, the roadmap. I really printed out that one. I printed out that one, and I hardbound it so that I can carry it anywhere because I don't have an iPad. Didn't think it was practical that time to get an iPad. And yeah, that one helped me because it was simplified, and I can just read through the concepts, especially for example, the day I was feeling like I want to read about ECG like that, or
Mhm.
look at the samples for ECG like that. Also, there are questions at the, like at the end of each topic, which you can practice then. And then people were telling me Saunders is a big help like that, like that. But teachers in IPAS told me to focus on only one resource so that you will not be confused, right? Because yeah, it's hard if it's, you have different resources, and then and references. So that's what helped me, and I also got Archer for 1 month.
Mhm.
That's my materials for that.
Thank you for sharing, Miss Rachel. And we have another Miss Rachel around joining us tonight, our CEO, Miss Rachel Olivar. Good evening to you, Ma'am Rachel.
Hi, Miss Rachel. I'm very
Hi, Miss
interested to know. Thank you, Sir John. Good evening to everyone and to all our students as well. And to our live viewers in Facebook, good evening to everyone. I'm very interested to know. So, how was the concert of Ed Sheeran?
It was actually tiring, honestly, because we were just standing the entire time. And then after that, there was like a lot of people were going out. Like it wasn't that organized, but great voice, Ed Sheeran. Worth it.
But it was still a win, right? After all
Yeah,
those anxious days of the preparation and all of these feelings that, ooh, can I make it or not?
yeah,
But still, there's something that was able to comfort you after the very stressful time. Yes, sometimes we usually advise the test takers that after they take the examination, go somewhere, have some stress reliever for yourself
Yeah.
because there's really a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions that you will feel the moment that you're going to sit for your examination. So, Miss Rachel, we have the same name. I
Yeah.
found my kampal here. Are you from Cebu?
Yes, yes, miss. I'm from Cebu.
Yeah, because so you know Cebuanos love to talk. They are very good when it comes to speaking in English. They like English or Bisaya. So, Mr. Rachel, when did you pass your PNLE?
2022 November 30.
2022, and you took the examination just this year. So can you say like it was also an advantage on your part because you just recently passed the PNLE?
Yeah, I can say, but I'm not that confident now with the concepts. That's why I still had to review it because my department is not sa bedside. So some of
Mm-hmm.
the, for example, caring for patients, it's not related to my field. So I need to review the concepts, especially for reading ECG and stuff like that.
So for probably for those of your like batchmates who just also recently passed the examination, the PNLE, and even those who recently passed the PNLE this, I think that was this month as well that we had the new result for the PNLE. What advice could you probably give to them? Should they really take advantage that they just recently graduated, passed the PNLE? Should you advise them that hey, you have to really pursue your English goal if you want to go abroad, if you want to go to Australia or Canada or USA? Can you say that this should be the right time that they should be starting on their long-term goals, should I say?
For me, if they can afford and if time allows, or if the financial matters, for example, you don't need to work directly after you pass the NLE, do it if it's one of your plans because I think it's time wise, it will help you because it will just be easier for you to understand the concepts and just add a little bit of knowledge to the concepts so that you'll be able to take the NLE. I think yes, I'd be able to. I'll recommend it.
So long as funds are available, there's no problem with it,
Yeah.
and time also is fine. You're able to do it as well. So I would also agree with Miss Rachel that you really have to get started, guys, because this is a long process. Good thing that Rachel is applying for Australia, right? So it
Yeah.
was just not very lengthy with regards to the processing time on your NCLEX application. But for those who are aiming for the USA, it takes some time for the application preparation wise as well. It
Yeah.
takes some time. So get started if you are able to do so. You mentioned, Rachel, that you are working two jobs. So
Yeah.
how is it? How did you manage doing two jobs and at the same time you're also preparing for the NCLEX?
Yeah, I didn't handle it well at first because again I was not religiously able to attend and to watch the videos, the recorded videos. But I asked help from my boyfriend to take over my part-time job. I
Mm.
taught him how to do it, and then that's how I was able. So that's also one factor, a good social support system.
It really plays a big part that if you have a very supportive support system who
Yeah.
can help you on this journey, it would really make a difference as well. Because lucky for you, Rachel, that there are very supportive persons who are with you on this journey. Some of us are not fortunate enough to have a very supportive support system. So let's just manage what we can do, those controllable things we can organize things, but those we cannot control, we really have to find and make ways how we can do things so that while we are also working, because there's also a lot of students who are like moms who
Yeah.
have two jobs, and there's a lot of things in their plate as well. So we just have really, as we mentioned, as we discussed yesterday, it's just really a matter of willingness,
Yeah.
commitment as well, that if you really want to pursue this NCLEX, you have to go for it no matter what.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of sacrifice that's involved in here. So, Miss Rachel, what probably would be your 3 tips for those who are preparing for the NCLEX?
I'll just share that I also had my doubts. Of course, it's not going to be that easy because I was not religiously watching the videos. But the lecturers, they shared their NCLEX journey as well. And there was this one, I think it was Mom Rosana. She said
Mhm.
that she studied for a month only. So that gave me the a little push as well. Na, okay, if Mom Rosana did it, I'd be able to take it. Also, there was this one who had like she had her kids, and while she had her kids, she's studying and stuff like that. She also, while she had her kids, she's also studying and she's also working, which is more than what I have. So I was like, if they can do it, I can do it as well. That's the push that I had. For the 3 tips that I'm going to say, I think number one is time management. The calendar from iPass helped me because that helped me manage my time. So for the topics, for example, I say, okay, for today, I'm going to finish this recording. And then after that, if I still have time, I'm going to answer at least 15 questions from the question banks that I have. Also, learn when to rest sometimes. So that will be part of your time management. It's not that healthy if you just keep on studying, learn to breathe, and then don't feel guilty when you're not doing anything productive, because rest is also being productive. And then after that, after time management or good support system, because you really need it. Even just someone you can talk to, even though they're not, what you call this, answering you back because you're very annoying or stuff like that. You need to let it out. Especially, it will help if that person also took the NCLEX before, because they know what you're feeling, right? They know that's not easy. They'll understand your frustrations and stuff like that. In my work, I have friends who took the NCLEX exam, and of course, I was like, oh my gosh, is this really like this? Are the questions really like this? Do you think I'll be able to do it like that, like that? I was already asking for like what will happen if will I pay the NCLEX again if I fail like that? Then they were like, no, you will not fail. You will not fail. You will come back as an NCLEX passer, and that's gonna happen. So they're gonna push you as well. And then third, prayers. For me, it helped ease my anxiety. That's where I can just lean on as of the moment. Because my parents are not nurses, so they don't understand test taking and they don't understand the concepts as well. And then my sister, who's is in UK, she didn't take the NCLEX as well, so I can't also. So whenever I'm alone and doubtful of all the stuff that's going on, I just say, Lord, if this is really for me, please. I can't afford another exam, please, Lord. You know my situation as of the moment, like that. If you don't have anyone to talk to, you can talk to Lord. He will not judge you or anything. So yeah, that's my 3 tips.
Yeah, thank you, Rachel, for sharing that. I know God has always the listening ear for us, and is always there to listen, whatever it is. Maybe we're happy, maybe we're stressed. We have so much in our shoulders. We have a lot of burdens that we are carrying. He's just there. You just breathe and say, Lord, I can't do this alone. I need you. So we have to be also humble enough to accept we have limitations as a human being. We have limitations, and it's just by the grace of God that we will be able to carry all of these things. And despite all of these struggles, I am very proud of you, despite of the challenges that you have encountered. We are so proud of you that you're able to make it. 2022 graduate, 2024, you're already an NCLEX passer. What a milestone, right? A lot of things that you can achieve so long as you are willing to pursue all of the goals that you want to achieve in your life. And we are so proud of you, Rachel. As you continue to achieve your goals, we're just here at your back, cheering you. And we are so happy. We are also very inspired by your achievements, and we wish you all the best on your journey. And we look forward that you are going to tag us the moment that you're already in Australia. Miss Rachel and Sir John, and to my IBAS family, I'm already here in Australia. We are looking forward to that. We wish you all the best, Rachel. Sir John, thank you so much for your time. And by the way, Ma'am Rosana just got married. So from everyone in IBAS, we are congratulating her as well. on her marriage. Congratulations, Ma'am San. And to all our coaches, by the way, in IPAS, thank you really for supporting our students. What you're doing, what you're contributing to our academy is really very huge, and we are so thankful for all the support that you are providing to our students. And if, as what Rachel is saying, if I was able to make it, you too, to all our students, to all our clients, you too, whatever your goal is, you too can make it. Just pray, just continue to work hard and continue to strive, and you can make it one day, no matter the challenges that you have in your life. Thank you, Rachel, for sharing your journey with us.
Thank you also, Miss Rachel. I'm really very thankful for IPAS as well. I don't think I'll be able to make it and be able to do it with that short span of time without IPAS.
We are humbled by your gratitude. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Rachel, for providing a message to Miss Rachel as well, and providing some motivation, inspiration message to our class. And I noticed, Miss Rachel, no, beyond academic readiness, you have prioritized somehow your mental preparedness, because this is a very crucial part or aspect of your NCLEX journey. Somehow you are able to recognize the potential impact of your test anxiety on your performance. So through techniques like what you said, relaxation exercises, and some positive self-talk like your support system, you have maintained a sense of calm and confidence in allowing you to approach the exam with clarity and focus. And with that, I'd like to ask Miss Rachel, how did you gauge your self-assessment in preparation to your NCLEX?
I took some readiness assessments to check if I'm really, so I'm really ready to take the exam. I took one. Then when I took it, I got, because I was using Archer, and then I got high score. Diba, that's what they call
Yeah.
it. They're high, very high. When I got that, I was like, ooh. So maybe when I took the timed questions, my scores aren't that great. But when I took the readiness assessment, 85 questions, I got a high score. So that's when I had a little bit of confidence, like, oh, then maybe I'm really ready na for the
Mhm.
char. But I also made that my like baseline. So if I ever didn't have a good score on that one, I won't be sad or like be disheartened, because that was my baseline to check if do I still need to do more, or I'm on the right path. When I got
Mhm.
the high score, I was like, okay, so I'm good. I can finally take it with a little bit of confidence in me. And also, even if I didn't get the high score, or I'll get a low score, I don't have a choice. I have to take the exam. So what I needed to do is just to take the readiness assessment, check if you're on the right path, and then just continue what you're doing. Or if you're not yet that ready, you need to review more and then focus on the topics that I was not confident. For example, like neuro, the hard topics. So that's how I did it.
That's good to know, Miss Rachel, because for your self-assessment, it's really an integral part for your journey to NCLEX is your commitment to at least having your regular self-assessment. And for this, you'll be able to know your progress in identifying the areas of the things that you need to improve, such as, for example, for this certain topic, you are weak, so you need to read more so that you gain more knowledge. And furthermore, you have to really practice celebrating small steps of milestones. And in a way, it will help you to boost your confidence, somehow fostering of sense of motivation when it comes to having your scores very high and high or borderline. And that it doesn't matter what your score is on the question box. The most important thing is you're able to read the rationals and understand them. And how was your feeling the day that you passed the NCLEX exam?
I didn't expect to receive my results that day, because they said Australian results usually take weeks. But I got it after 2 days. So I was like, it's good because I don't have to worry about it anymore, right? I can go back to work with a smile because like I passed it. I did my goal, guys. And then after that, I continued my tour sa Manila. Life goes
Yeah, with Ed Sheeran.
yeah. And then Yeah, that's it. And then after that, I felt so grateful sa everything that happened, na even though it was a hard road, I was able to make it and I did it. Just very thankful during that time. Very thankful and proud of myself as well because,
Of course.
yeah.
You have to really celebrate your achievements, no matter what cost, because you work hard for it. You did everything that you could to pass this exam. And I just want to ask, how did you maintain your confidence in yourself throughout the preparation process?
I don't think I'll be able to answer that well because I didn't have a lot of confidence in me. There were a lot of doubts, honestly.
Or
But
probably, did you encounter any moments of self-doubt? And if so, how did you overcome them?
yeah, self-doubt really. There's a lot of self-doubt all throughout the journey. I was like, is this really for me? Maybe because maybe I won't be able to make it. Like that. That's why I didn't tell anyone that I was taking the exam. I
Mm.
kept it a secret because I was really not confident that I'll be able to pass. But what gave me a little bit of boost is even though it's not a guarantee, but my good scores sa question bank and also the stories from the teachers sa IPAS. Yeah, that's what really helped me because their experiences are helpful sa aking experience. That's what helped me. The experiences of others and also my scores sa question bank. But don't make it like a guarantee na I'm very at least it gives you a little bit of confidence lang. Na okay, maybe I'm doing a good job because I won't be able to get this score if I didn't, you know. So yeah.
I mean, building your self confidence, it will really builds up depending on your preparation. For example, in the beginning of a review, you have very less confidence because you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what type of review you're gonna gain for this NCLEX preparation. But as time passes by, the moment that you're able to attend those lectures and live sessions, you'll be able to gain more knowledge and you will feel more confident. And in a way, you will think that you are already prepared to take the exam with the help of the drills. So with the IPAS Online Review Academy, how they put it is every subject there will be always a drill so that you'll be practicing some type of NGN type of questions so that you will not be lost when you do your practice questions or your question banks all throughout. And with that, Miss Rachel, we would like to present to you your IPAS certificate. This certificate is proudly presented to Rachel Ann Econ for successfully passing the NCLEX RN examination. This serves as a proof that the successful candidate indicated in this certificate is a safe nurse based on the USA Standards of Nursing Practice, signed by Sir J. Padong and Sir Mark Zaspa. Congratulations, Ma'am Rachel.
Yay, thank you.
Miss Rachel, could you provide us your advice to those students who will be taking their NCLEX very soon?
Just be consistent in studying and the practice questions really help so that you'll be able to be familiarized with the setting of the NCLEX so that you will not, at least it will relieve your anxiety. And also, focusing more on the subjects that you are not that confident or the topics that you're not that confident. And prioritization is very important because it will really help you a lot. So listen to the prioritization and test taking skills sa IPAS, guys. It will really help a lot.
Thank you, Miss Rachel. And how did your coach help you with your NCLEX preparation? And can you shout out po?
I think my coach was Sir John. I don't know, basta it was a letter J. Actually, I'm shy to book the coaching sessions, but I tried to we tried to communicate once, and then I was already shy because I didn't I'm not that religious in my classes. So I'm like, kuan ba kanang I'm shy na, sir, I'm not that confident yet. Like that. So I'm shy, so I didn't really book a lot of coaching sessions with my coach. But it's great that IPAS thinks outside of the box. I think it's only IPAS that has the coaching session and the psychometrician and the anxiety talk, which which is good because you guys are thinking more than just the test. You're also thinking about your students. So yeah.
Thank you, Miss Rachel, for encouraging our classmates to book their coaching sessions with IPAS because it will really help you to prepare for your NCLEX preparation. But not only that, you can also lean on them with regards to your emotional distress, like having self-doubts and less confidence and all. So you can always reach out to your coaches anytime after the coaching session. At least they'll be able to address your concerns right away. And Miss Rachel, may I ask, how did the entire IPAS team help you in achieving your Australian dream?
50 to 60% it's all iPass. I will not know anything about the NCLEX and about the processing stuff without iPass. You know, I was a lost girl. It's like I just asked them to, can you please call me at this time? Because I'm more on like I need to know the answers directly through call because I can express more. So also that one they called me when I told them to call. They answered all my questions, my queries, because I was really hesitant to like enroll because I think it was still too early for me to enroll like that. But then they helped me like it's okay because you can just access the Moodle account until for a year until you pass like that. So that helped me as well. Thank you very, very much for that. And the the Moodle account of iPass as well. It's very organized. That's all I can really say. And it's really good if like you're always distracted. At least you have like a guide to have it. And the drills are also good. So yeah, I think iPass is without iPass, I keep saying this, without iPass I will not pass the NCLEX exam because they're it. You know, you're it guys. You're the reason why I passed. I'm so lost really before and then now I'm okay, so this is how, and also they told me to what do you call this, take it not hastily, you know what I mean, take it one at a time. Also there is like rest lectures, for example, there's like Zuma sessions, so that helped me as well, like okay, so it's not all study study study, you know, you also should take care of yourself during this time because without the correct headspace you will not be able to take it well, you know, because there's a lot to take in. So you have to have a healthy, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Rachel, for trusting IPAS in processing your documents and help you with your review here at IPAS Online Review Academy. And we are very happy with your achievements. And for those classmates who will be planning to buy or access or avail the UWorld, don't forget we have the UWorld subscription deals, our UPass package. You're gonna have 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, and 2 years of discounts. So please message our iPass processing team to have more details. So there will be some layaway plan. This is something new. We don't have to pay everything forward. There will be some 50% initial payment, second payment, and third payment. So it will not be difficult for our classmates who will be paying in just one time. So thank you for iPass in providing this discount as well.
iPass processing made easy for you.